it. And what if it doesn't, and again, the whole ego. We're talking about ego, your own ego. What if I sound stupid? What if nobody retweets me? And it's like, get over yourself, just send it. And then the next one became easier, and the next one became easier. Now, what I had to do is, because we can't do everything at the same time, I looked to see where my audience spent their time. And not just online, but offline. And that determined where I went first. Now, I don't know how many people are aware of what the theme is for these past 2 days. And it's about taking it to the next level. Taking social media to the next level in business and in government. And Alicia and Nicole and I were talking about that this morning, about business and government. You know what? The ideas are all the same. They are all the same. The very things that you want to embrace for your business, or someone like me, where you are the brand, you embrace with government. It's about people. So yesterday, I charged people with 3 things, because I love giving people tasks. And I'm going to charge them with you too. First of all, what we all have in common, aside from being here today, is it's Tuesday and it's a work day. And if we're here, we're not at work. We're not checking emails, we're not on the phone, we're not meeting with clients, we're not writing up business proposals, we're not studying if we are a full-time student or will be a student for the rest of our lives. We need to be present. So, you heard us talk about yesterday, there was so much tremendous conversation and engagement. You want to be present for it. I am a firm believer that when you wake up in the morning, before you send out that first tweet, before you post on Facebook, before you write your blog, set your intention for the day. Who and what are you willing to be? And if you look on your table, I put out these little tiny pieces of paper. And on them, I took the liberty of putting some values that are near and dear to my heart. Words like empowered, supportive, courageous, attentive, focused. Decide who and what you're going to be today and how that is going to be shared and how you are going to get that message out. Now, you also know that yesterday I did give everyone a question of the day, and that was, what is your plan B for success? We decided that plan B didn't have to mean that fallback. It didn't mean that something didn't work. We need plan B because plan A rocked. We need to start visualizing, because as our short-term goals and our long-term goals are being realized, we need that plan B, because plan B is the future. It is the visualization. We need to have our resources in place. I recently participated at an event near Kansas City, Missouri, this place called Unity Village. And every year, annually, the second Thursday in September, they have something that's called World Day of Prayer. And it is centered right around 9/11. And what that, prayer means something for everybody. A lot of people, it's just about meditating or being in that space of generosity and remembering. Now, in this particular time, though, this past September, the campus was built in the 1800s, and they have these beautiful fountains, and they're surrounded by roses, and they hadn't worked in over a decade. They did a fundraising campaign using social media, and so they were going to have this huge event. There was going to be a keynote, and they were going to Ustream it. They were going to televise it, because if you couldn't be right there, they wanted everybody to experience it. So here's the thing. If you've got something going on that you're proud of, you want to tell me, because I will share it with everyone. If I believe in you and what you're doing, I will tell everybody I can. Mouth of the South. Okay? So, of course, New York City, I'm like, you have to see this. It's going to be great. Talk about everybody coming together and focused on something that's heart-centered, focused on something that's positive. It was great. I'm in Kansas City. My husband, Jim, is at this place in New York. I know everybody. I know all these different people all around the United States, and everyone's going to connect at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the keynote speaker. He comes out on stage. Have you ever been when somebody comes out on stage and you just feel immediately the energy? And we're sitting there in the room and we're applauding, and his first words come out. It was wonderful. We could have raised the roof. That's how great the vibration rate was. Everybody that was remoting, 7 o'clock, the keynote comes out. 7:01, stops working. They weren't expecting hundreds of thousands, dare I say millions of people to connect to Unity Village at the same time. And this is not a dig on Unity Village. I know the CIO over there. He's wonderful. He was like, I thought we had a big enough pipe. I thought we could, all this techie talk, which I will not bore you with. But my point is, guess who's going to have a plan B for success next time? Because clearly they have something that everybody wanted to be a part of. So my question for you all today, your question of the day, feel free to answer what your plan B for success is. But the question of the day is, how do you even define the word success? What does success mean for you? What does it mean for you personally? What does it mean for you professionally? What does it mean for your brand? For me, I feel successful, or I own success when I'm walking my talk. When I am living my absolute truth without apology, I am able to be who and what I am. That to me is successful. When I am able to ignite a spark and it makes at least one person want to act, I feel successful. And now here's the daily challenge. Yesterday's daily challenge was I wanted everybody to do one thing that pushed them outside of their comfort zone, that moved them forward their divine idea, goal, project. Today, your daily challenge, feel free to do the one from yesterday. I'm all for that. I'm a fan. Today, I want you to do one thing that makes a difference, that contributes, that gives back. Do one thing. And it could be what we talked about this morning. You could be retweeting an idea. You could be retweeting something that you learned. For me, who was here yesterday? I cannot remember who was speaking, but they shared this Twitter profile called Chalkbot. Chalkbot?
Yes.
I will tweet about it. In any case, it was this wonderful thing. It had to do with the Tour de France, and you could sit there and submit, donate money, give to charity, submit what you wanted painted on the street as they were riding their bikes. I had not heard of that before. I'm like, this is fantastic. We could take this just about anywhere. New York City, we just had the marathon. That would have been really great fundraiser. So, what can you do to give back, to contribute? And you know what? Today, tomorrow, and you might even come up with an idea that you're going to run with. And I'm going to leave you all with this, because I, for one, am looking forward to the speakers we have today and the keynote that's coming up right after me. I will say this until I am blue in the face. Life's biggest fiasco is when we do not honor who and what we are, when we do not honor our unique gifts and talents, when we do not realize that we deserve to live dynamic and delicious lives. We do not play life small. It doesn't serve anyone, right, Ted? Doesn't serve anyone. We need your energy. We need your ideas. We need your light. So play it big. Promise?
Promise.
Thank you, Ted. All right, you all. Thank you very much.
Woo!